Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. Zenkaiger episode 13. Overall, I thought this episode was pretty meh. It did have a couple of good moments in the episode, but overall it was pretty meh, and I feel like they could have done a lot more with this episode with what they were setting up. So, the entire plot of this episode is dealing with a recycle monster that can turn humans into the main grunts of the bad guys. And this is more of a Gowan focused episode where he doesn't want to hurt the humans, he doesn't like hurting the humans. And then you've got a character like Zox who is getting in the way all the time, so the Zenkaigers do have their problems with Zox, with him trying to get in the way with his goals because he's very strict on getting his goals. And it did have a good moment where they're telling him not to hurt the innocent people and he just socks them in the face anyway. That got a laugh out of me, but like I said with my review of Zenkaiger last week, I think I said this, I might have cut this from the review, but it feels like Zenkaiger doesn't have any stakes. It doesn't have anything serious going on, and it doesn't feel like there's been a big threat established so far because most of the episodes have been really wacky and really silly, and that's the tone they're going for with the show. So I have no idea if Zenkaiger is going to get serious or not because it doesn't seem like the show wants to get serious, and that's my main problem with it. Like, Zenkaiger's been really goofy, really wacky, and we do have serious moments, but then the serious moments is overshadowed by a wacky joke in the episode when Kaito and the other Zenkaigers are doing something wacky, so that gets taken away from the moment. And like I said earlier, Zenkaiger is struggling to find a serious tone because the big cliffhanger for this week's episode is Stacy's mech, Robo Stacy, Robo Battle Caesar, whatever you want to call it, shows up and it looks like it's going to be facing off with the Gold Ranger Zord and our hero Zord, but it looks like that's going to get taken care of really quickly because next week is once again wacky zany adventures such as Zenkaiger versus Two Kaiser. Once again, they're having another brawl or a match. So it seems like this show is struggling to find its tone with what it wants to be. And I am liking watching Zenkaiger, but it feels like I said earlier, there's no stakes. We know what our hero's goal is, but there's no serious stakes that have been proven so far. Everything's all wacky, everything's goofy, everything's all lighthearted, and I can understand why they're doing that for the target audience, but for an anniversary season, the flashy thing we're getting for this anniversary season is the callbacks when they use their powers and the mechs and the powers. That's all we're getting. So this season, although it's an anniversary season, I feel like it's much more of a weaker anniversary season that we've gotten so far. I mean, the last cool homage or callback we got to past Sentais was episode 7, episode 8, when Stacy summoned all the giant robos, and that felt like it was wasted already because that situation was taken care of very, very quickly when he summoned the past team Sentais and the past mech, when he summoned them quickly, and that situation was taken care of when the Gold Ranger showed up, when Two Kaiser showed up. So that could have been their big ace in the hole for a final battle, which they could do again, but I feel like they're wasting all these good opportunities to make this a fun and exciting anniversary season. And I understand the last anniversary season they had, well, it was Zawanja, but if you don't want to count that, it was like Gokaiger, where Gokaiger was really crazy, and this one, it can't be as crazy as Gokaiger, or Gokaiger is a lot to stack up to when competing with it for an anniversary season. And I feel like the Recycle Monster's powers could have been utilized better, which they kind of did when he turned mech for the Robo fight or for the mech fight, but what he did was summon previous monsters we've seen throughout the show so far early on, and he summons them, the monsters that he summons do a roll call, and then the little parrot, Setchan, says, "Oh, this reminds me of all the evil Sentai teams they faced," when it's not really that. They're sort of doing a homage to it, but they're being goofy and wacky in their own way, but it's sort of like a, hey kids, you're probably too young to remember this, but there used to be evil Sentai teams like the Nezi Rangers and the evil team they had in Kaka Ranger, I can't remember, I think it was like the Flower something. I could be totally wrong, but that's the callback they do for the show, for like the audience that probably can't remember or they do remember, and I feel like that opportunity was wasted as well. It was a fun little gag, but why was it there? I mean, it was there just for a little callback, which to me that wasn't much of a callback. It was like a reference, but not a very good reference in my opinion. Now, in this episode, we also get to see the debut of the Tukayo Riki, and as the mech is summoned and doing its cool battle scene where it gets to show off by blasting all the enemies at once, by showing off how powerful and cool it is so you can go buy the new toy, we also get to hear a remastered version of O-Ranger that is being played in the background. And O-Ranger, despite being a pretty okay Sentai, it does have a really catchy theme to it, and I will admit that. So it was really cool that we're hearing remastered songs or remastered tunes of old Sentai seasons, so I'm hoping we get to see more stuff like that in the nearby future. So the episode ends with the Stacy Robo showing up. He blasts the Monster of the Week, and then it looks like we're getting a showdown between Tukaiser and the Zenkaijas, and we'll see where that goes next week. With that said, I think I'm going to bring this review, this discussion, this mini rant or whatever you want to call it, to a close. I know I was a little harsh on this week's episode, but yeah, I'm starting not to feel Zenkaija each week. It pulls me back in, and then it pulls me back out, and then it pulls me back in next week. But we'll see what's happening in this Sentai moving forward. Hopefully, it can get serious later down the line. I guess we'll have to wait and find out, but with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, don't forget to turn on all notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, and thanks for watching. Bye!